Alright, this is chapter 1021 of One Piece, and typically I would rate this one kind of like a mid-tier sort of chapter, but some key things happened near the end of it that just like made the entire thing, so let's get into it. So starting off, we jump right back into the fight with Black Maria and Robin. Black Maria is like underestimating Robin at this point, just making fun of her, mocking her, saying that just like, ooh, Robin, you're just throwing a little temper tantrum. And then like Robin is, all she's trying to do, she's trying to keep that like octopus thing that she has up. At this point, you can kind of like visibly see that this octopus thing that Robin has going on is kind of taking a lot out of her, and Black Maria is noticing it, and she's just like, ooh, this is taking a lot out of you, huh? And Robin's like, nah, like I'm gonna take you out really quickly, so it's not even gonna matter. Yeah, so with this move that like Robin's using, it's called Sea Serpent, and she's just like taking all of these like octopus arms and like trying to throw them at Black Maria, but Black Maria's just like slicing them down like pretty easily. So it's like, Robin, what are you trying to do here? Like like nothing's really happening. But from this, we kind of see that like when she gets her arms cut, all of like the arms she's throwing at her actual body gets hurt as well. So Black Maria starts noticing that. I get what they're trying to do. They got to build the hype for like what's going to come near the end of the battle, but it's like, this kind of just seems like a dumb move from Robin, where she's just like flailing her arms around and then like Black Maria's just slicing it down. Eventually Robin kind of gets a hold of her a little bit, and this is where we see that Black Maria actually has like poison on the end of her like appendages, so she's getting like poisoned while Robin is like kind of holding on to her. Black Maria then like takes this opportunity to and then start like pinning down Robin, wrapping her up with webs and everything, and like getting the giant octopus thing like down on the ground basically. Robin is like pinned down at this point, she can't do anything, and Black Maria just starts getting real serious. Like Black Maria starts putting on brass knuckles. I was like, oh my gosh, things are like getting real. And she's just like, I have a heart for like martial arts and stuff like that, and she just starts like wailing on Robin's like giant octopus thing. I was so taken away by this. I was like, oh my gosh, they brought out the brass knuckles. This is crazy. So Black Maria is just like beating on her with the brass knuckles. Robin's just sort of taking it, and eventually Robin poofs away the octopus thing and she tries to get away. Robin tries to attack her from behind, and then Black Maria just like basically sets everything ablaze, so the entire place is like on fire basically at this point. So with Robin surrounded by like flames and it seems like she can't do anything, Black Maria just starts like talking and mocking her again. She starts saying how like useless Robin is and how useless Sanji was, and like all people care about is Robin's mind. Like they don't care about anything else, so she might as well just like rip off all her limbs because all they need is her mind. Brooke then comes in like really quickly and is just like, yeah, you are saying very moronic things right now, Black Maria. At this point, like Robin's just being pulverized, she's pinned down, like it seems like it's like really bad, like this isn't good. Like I'm like, why isn't Brooke stepping in, because this doesn't seem good at all, but obviously there's something that's going on that we don't necessarily know. So while Robin's being like beat up basically, she gets sent into a flashback when she was back at the Revolutionary Army. We get some stuff with Koala, and she's trying to teach Robin like the special palm or whatever, and she's like not sure if she really needs it, and they're just like, yeah, she's like powerful enough, she doesn't need any more techniques. And then Sabo comes in and he was like, I'll teach you like the dragon claw or whatever, which is like a super cool technique, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be like really useful for Robin. And then she's like, yeah, like okay, maybe I'll learn the special palm thing, like what is it? I just love seeing this sort of stuff because there was like 2 years where we don't really know a lot of what the Straw Hats were actually doing during the time skip, and I just like love seeing little moments like this where they're growing and developing. And I just love seeing Robin in a whole other part of the world with like the Revolutionary Army, because we don't really get a lot about them, and they're like so interesting because she like spent time with them for like 2 years. So it's just so cool to see all these connections like sort of coming together, and like what new moves she kind of has. So now we kind of understand that this actual palm move, that like Robin has actually used it in the past before, and it's actually Fishman Karate. So like we've obviously seen it from Jinbei and stuff like that. That's why her and Jinbei probably get along pretty well. It's pretty cool to see. So we get flashback to present time. We see her use this palm technique, and she breaks down all of the ground around them. Black Maria backs off of Robin, and Robin puts out all the fires with this like palm technique. You think that this palm technique is supposed to be like her ultimate move basically, and she'll probably like use it again on Black Maria, but it's not. Like Robin then starts coming out of the rubble, and we see these like giant black wings, and she's as big as Black Maria, and she has these horns, and she's like a devil herself, which is like, oh my gosh, it's so cool because she's the devil child. So Black Maria is freaking out because like it literally looks like the devil is like coming out of this rubble, and she's like, oh my gosh, a devil. Robin says, I'll become a devil if that's what it takes to help the people that count on me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Robin then overtakes Black Maria and is just like, well, it doesn't seem like you really need your limbs, and she starts like ripping the limbs away, but then we cut away, and it's like, oh my gosh, that whole sequence was just like, It was so cool. It was so unexpected because you think the ultimate move is going to be the thing from the Revolutionary Army, and then like Oda hits us with this, and it's like, oh my, I don't know. It was so cool. I think the Devil Child thing, it just all works together so well. Meanwhile, Brook is fighting the Serpent People, and they're trying to like see what's happening because they keep hearing rumbling. Brook built this giant like ice wall so they can't really see anything, but there's a little slit right there. So the Serpents like look in and they're trying to see if Black Maria is okay. And then Brook's like, well, thanks for like lining up, and he just takes them all out at once, and then goes back and checks on Robin and is just like, oh, Robin, are you okay? And then Robin's like fallen to the ground out of her form because this whole fight really probably did take a lot out of her. We skipped into the final scene of like the chapter, and we're back with Luffy and Momo, and as I predicted, Caribou is giving a month's rations of like food and meat to Luffy, and he's just like sort of freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, you basically took all my food. Like, I'm a bottomless pit, but you took all my food from like my storage. They're still trying to get information out of Luffy, but of course Luffy is just like too busy eating, so he doesn't care. He's just trying to get strong, trying to get back up there to Kaido. Then we get this moment that has been theorized by fans for like such a long time. We get put in the middle of this conversation between Shinobu and Momo, and she's just like, you'll still have the mind and the heart of a child, and he's just like, I don't care, age me up, use the ripe grapefruit so that I can be stronger. Oh my gosh, like when I first heard about this theory, I wasn't sure if this was like an actual thing, because people have been theorizing that she could use her ripe grapefruit and then Momo could be stronger, he could be bigger, and I wasn't sure if it was actually gonna happen. I just finished Brago's video on it, and he wants it to happen. He doesn't think it's all that likely. I think it's really likely, and like here's my like main reasons why. So I think when Momo gets aged up, I think he's gonna look a lot like Odin, and this could have like ramifications throughout like the rest of the story. It's so cool how Oda just like puts in these little things. If like one detail is changed, then the entire story is gonna probably change. So like if Momo was to stay a kid, like it would still be fine. Like they would start like still figure out another way. My biggest thing is I got a lot of big things, but one of the biggest reasons that he needs to be bigger, he needs to be stronger, is because when they defeat Kaido, the island is going to be falling down. Like Onigashima is going to be falling down. Like who is going to bring the island back up or like put it back away? Like Momo is the only one that has that power to be able to lift the island up like that by using the clouds. He's going to need to save the flower capital from Onigashima by lifting the island back up in the sky and probably putting it somewhere else. But there's also so many other factors that go into it. I think it'll be such a big thing for the Scabbards to see Odin again, to see Momo like grown up looking like Odin. It'll revitalize them. I want Orochi to see like Odin again. I want Momo to kill Orochi and like have the final blow on him. I think Zoro's gonna slice Kaido with Enma, and then after that Momo will come in and slice him with Abu no Habakiri, and I think he's gonna get the sword from Hiyori, because I believe Hiyori's on the island. I think she's the one that healed the Scabbards. I think she's going to have the sword with her, and she's going to be able to give the sword to Momo, because Momo said he didn't want to use the sword until he was strong enough. So, and then when he's in this adult form, he'll finally be strong enough. He'll be worthy of it. Just to see the reaction on Orochi's face and Kaido's face that Odin is back, because that's one of the like fears of Orochi. He keeps seeing Odin in his dreams. So like I think he keeps referencing this for a reason. Like I think Momo will become an adult. He will like look like Odin, and Odin will come back and kill him. Like I feel like that is definitely going to happen. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys. What are your theories after this? How did you like the chapter? What did you like about the chapter? What do you think is going to come after this? While you're down there commenting, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video.